Aham punah punaha.
Asangoham, asangoham, asangoham punah punaha.
Satchidanandarupoham,
Satchidanandarupoham,
Ahameva ahamavyayah.
Ahameva ahamavyayah.
Asangoham, asangoham, asangoham punah punaha.
Asangoham, asangoham, asangoham punah punaha.
Satchidanandarupoham,
Satchidanandarupoham,
Ahameva ahamavyayah.
Ahameva ahamavyayah.
Sahanau bhunaktu sahaviryam karavavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu mavid vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Gururdevo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Annamalayai Adiyenai Anda Andre Aviyudal Kondayanakor Kurayundo Kurayum Gunamum Niyallal Yenne Nivatrai Yennuire Yennam Yeduvo Adu Seivai Kanne Undan Karalinayil Peruke Taruva Kanne Undan Karalinayil Kadar Peruke Taruvaye Matimadurachapahastam Aparimitam Modabhana Saubhagyam Arunam Atishaya Karunam Abhinava Kulasundarim Vande Om Aim Hrim Shrim. Are you all able to hear me? Is the sound system okay? Okay. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. Yesterday, Acharya Shankara was telling, to be a fit student is very important. To understand Vedanta and to seek the truth. The Desha and Kala comes next. It's secondary only, not that important. Yes, it helps. You see, Sahakarikana, it helps, but it is secondary only. So, first and foremost, are we the fit student? That is the question. And then he says, what is the duty of a good student? Vicharaha kartavyaha. He has to contemplate, he has to inquire on the nature of the truth. That is his kartavya. His duty is that, not anything else. That is his duty. So, to conduct this inquiry, he needs help. So, he has to approach a guru. What sort of a guru? Daya Sindhum. Daya Sindhu means what? Ocean of compassion. And Brahmavid Uttamam, who is abiding in the self. And the best among the knower of Brahman. So he should approach such a guru and then learn, listen first, and then contemplate. So this is what he has to do. For that, he has to be a Medhavi. When you listen, you should be able to grasp immediately. And not only that, so much intensely you should be able to listen and react to his thoughts that it goes straight deep into your heart. So that is why in our Vedanta class here, we don't encourage people to go on writing notes and all. It has to go deep within. And then he should be able to recall. That is very important, no? You know what? The cruelest curse was given to Karna. What? After teaching everything, Parshurama, he got angry with him because Karna lied to him. So he said, whenever is required, you will forget this Vidya. What a thing. What a curse, right? But we are also at times feel very cursed only. Why? At the need of the hour, we forget. We don't remember. So the ability to recall at the proper time is very important for a student. That can only help him now. So it's very, very important for a student. And then he should have that kind of intellectual capability to argue for the scriptures and against those who are trying to shake his faith. So that uha poha vilakshana, that is very important. Otherwise, people just come and shake your faith and go, and you get disturbed. I tell you, in Vedanta Shastra, there are so many schools of thoughts. So when you are believing, when you are holding on to something, some people can casually come and just, shake your faith and go. And you get disturbed. For intellectual people, this is very, very, very disturbing. Whatever they are holding very close to the heart, when that is, questioned, doubted, then they become very, uncomfortable. And they cannot pursue the truth anymore. That is very important. That is why he has to learn the scriptures thoroughly from a teacher. So till this point of time we have seen, am I right? Yeah, Adhikari Atma Vidyaya Mukta Lakshana Lakshita. This is this point. Now we will chant the 17th verse. Today we are going to see what are the real qualifications of a Vedantic student. That is the whole discussion today. Very beautiful. Vivekino viraktasya Shamadi gunashalinaha Mumukshoreva hi brahma jijñāsa Mumukshoreva hi brahma jijñāsa yogyata mata Vivekino viraktasya Shamadi gunashalinaha Mumukshoreva hi brahma Jijñāsa yogyata mata. To start with, Acharya Shankara enumerates what are the qualifications. Later he is going to explain. In detail he is going to explain. So here he is just enumerating it. What is that? He alone is considered qualified to inquire after supreme reality, one who has got discrimination, vivekinaha. Discrimination. What is discrimination? We will see later. Vivekinaha. Viraktasya, one who is dispassionate. See, in the world, what is required? You should have passion. You should have passion for this, passion for that. But here, dispassion. When we hear this word, detachment, dispassion, we get little, shaken. Yo, it's difficult. Because we are so involved in the world, so attached to things and beings. Whenever this detachment is raised, we get scared. Is that not so? But we will see what is dispassion or detachment and how important it is in the pursuit of truth. And Shamadi Gunashalinaha. And he should cultivate certain very good qualities. That is Shama Adi, Shama etc. There are 6 qualities which he is going to enumerate and explain in detail. Shamadhama Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha Samadhana. These are all the 6 qualities he has to develop within if he has to pursue the truth. And Mumukshoreva hi Brahma Jijñāsa Yogyata Mata. And also he should have the burning desire to know the truth. Mukshuhu, longing for the knowledge of truth, to know the truth. This is very, very important. So we have to keep the flame inside burning bright. Otherwise, the inspiration is gone. See, most of the times people take to sannyasa and all with great enthusiasm because they are inspired. But over the passage of time, it goes. And then they don't know what else to do. See, at gatva na nivartante, once you take to sannyasa and all, you cannot return back also. And if you lose interest or inspiration, what else you will do? Then you start building hospitals, schools, then you start ashrams, then you get involved in the world. Why? Because you don't know what else to do. Then you justify it saying, no, it is for all good of the people only I am doing. Okay, it is good of the people, but what for you have taken the sannyasa? Why you are here? Bhagavan says, Vanda Veli Kavani. See, when you enter, there is a tire, and there is a plant there. There it is written in Tamil, of course. Vanda Veli Kavani means for what you have come, attend to that work first, to that job. So Mumukshuhu means one has got that burning desire to know the self. So these are all the qualifications. Brahma Jijñāsa Yogyata Mata. If one is desirous of knowing Brahman, then these are all the qualifications. Yogyata. This is my opinion. Mata means this is my opinion. As Shankara says. So these are all the qualifications. It is considered. You can say Matha means it is considered. These are all the 4 qualifications. What are all the qualifications? Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhi, Shataka Sampatti, he would say, and Mumukshutva. These are all the 4 qualifications. See, all these things are given Tattva Bodha. But in Vivekachudamani, Shankara explains everything. See, everything is contained in Vivekachudamani. See, that is why we listen to our Acharya's instruction. We are not taking Tattva Bodha separately. Acharya said, no, you are going to be in trouble because this itself is difficult to finish. So don't take up all those things because everything is contained in this scripture. It is a complete scripture. Vivekachudamani is complete in all aspects. So here is the enumerating, and now we will see it in detail. Okay. The 4 qualifications. Verse 18. Sadhananyatra chatvari khatithani manishibihi yeshu satsveva sannishta yatta bhavena siddhyati sadhananyatra chatvari kathithani manishibihi yeshu satsveva sannishta yadda bhavena siddhyati. He is very clear here. Shankara says, sadhanani atra chatvari. So these are all the 4 qualifications. Kathithani manishibihi. That is propounded by the great sages. They have explained that these are all the 4 qualifications required. Yeshu satsu eva sannishta. If it is present in a student, then only he can abide. He can know the truth. Yeshu satsu eva means what? Only when all these 4 qualifications are there in a seeker, he can succeed in this path. He can know the truth. Yad abhave na siddhyati. If it is not there, then he cannot attain to the truth. These are the necessary 4 qualifications. See, even if you apply for ordinary secular job, you need the proper qualification. Na? Nowadays they say skill set. Even if you have the qualification, not enough. The skill set, they say, is very important. Because for that particular job, you need that kind of skill set. Otherwise, you cannot succeed. Here also, Acharya Shankara clearly says, these are all the 4 qualifications. If they are there, if they are present in a seeker, he can succeed. Otherwise, no. Otherwise, he cannot. So, Gurudev here warns, it is not to measure others. It is to measure oneself. Whenever we get stuck in the path, we have to introspect and find out where we have gone wrong. Are we having proper discrimination? Even after having discrimination, are we able to withdraw? Is there vairagya in us? Is that mumukshutvam is there? So we have to check within and we have to correct, course correct. Or we have to cultivate. It can be cultivated actually. See, mumukshutvam cannot be cultivated that way. But if you cultivate viveka and vichara, when the mind becomes pure, then mumukshutva happens naturally. You understand? If you cultivate samadhi, shataka sampatti, all these 6 qualities, then naturally mumukshutva also comes along with it. So if you are not succeeding, you cannot blame anybody. My teacher didn't teach me properly. You know, my life was very tough. No. See, when life becomes tough, the tough gets going. You become more determined. Is that not so? So therefore you cannot complain, you cannot blame anybody. You are lacking in these qualifications. So we have to adjust internally. That is what it is said here. Now moving on. So once again, he is enumerating in detail what are these four qualifications. See, it's so important that Shankara is, giving verses after verse, enumerating these qualifications. Adau nitya nitya vastuhu Vivekaha pariganyate Iha mutra falabhoga viragaha Tadanantaram Shamadhi shataka sampattihi Mumukshutvam iti sputam. So Adau, first and foremost, Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekaha, the discrimination between Nitya Anitya Vastu, means which is permanent and which is ephemeral. Nityam, ever present, not changing. And ephemeral means what? Which will perish and which will go away. So this discrimination, Yedu Satyam, Yedu Asatyam, Yedu Shashvatam, Yedu Ashashvatam. This discrimination, here also is only enumerating. He is going to once again explain each and every qualification. Right? Adau Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekaha Pariganyate. And then Iha Amutra Falabhoga Viragaha. Falabhoga means what? Always we want to enjoy the fruit of our actions, right? Falabhoga. Phala means fruits of our own action. We want to enjoy. Bhoga means we enjoy. So, Iha Amutra Falabhoga Viragaha. So, one who is detached from all the fruits, all the enjoyments of Iha, here, Amutra, there. Iha means what? In this world. Amutra means the scriptures talk about heavens, na? When you go to heavens, you enjoy still subtle enjoyments. So, this student has to give up all the desire for enjoyments here and hereafter. Iha Amutra. Sometimes he may give up here, but he may entertain a very, very subtle desire to enjoy heavenly pleasures, That is why in other religions they talk about virgins waiting there, right? Have you heard about that? Meaning if you die for your religion, then you go to heaven and there the virgins, 72 or whatever, they say numbers, virgins are waiting for you. So he is very desirous of enjoying there. That is why he is sacrificing here. See, our Hinduism also, we live a life of, bhoga all throughout young age. When we grow older and older, we start doing dana dharma. Some people, why do they do dana dharma? I can go to heaven and there I can go and enjoy. See, here I have enjoyed, now I cannot anymore enjoy because of the body has become, old and dilapidated. So the idea is, there I can go and enjoy. See, this idea of enjoyment is very deeply ingrained in us. So to give up all the desire for any enjoyment, Iha Amutra. That is Vairagya. So I tell you one more thing for a seeker. Yes, we have to be very strict with ourselves. But small little things we should not too much mind, See, because when you too much deny the senses and the mind, it will rebel and it will not cooperate with you. For example, I am telling you, if laddu is served in the Anakshetra, let us say, no, Iha Putra, what is that? Falabhoga Viragaha, I will not enjoy. Don't do that. Little bit of taking laddu is not sin. It's okay. If somebody offers you ice cream, okay. No, I am a seeker. I will not have any more ice cream. Okay, kashayam gudiyapo. This Chandrama is very bad. Morning she gives me the sweet also offered to Bhagavan and also kashayam also. Sukha dukkha same kritva labha labho jaya jayau. That is what she is teaching me. Swamiji, both are there, you have to accept it with equanimous attitude. So that is why when we were studying in the ashram, our Acharya was very kind and compassionate. You know, sometimes he says, okay, evening snacks also he gave. Pavan, these youngsters, they may need some sundal, some, samosa, something. It was newly introduced. Meaning what? It's okay. So that's what we should know, where to be very strict, where to be little, lenient. So otherwise, the mind will rebel so much. See, our mind can really rebel. This I have found out. See, once I had gone to Australia, there we had a satsang at a foreigner's house. There were some say 8-10 people around, Bhagavan's teaching. And after everything is over, that foreigner said, let us go out for dinner. So I said, yes, there is a good vegetarian restaurant here. Shall we go out? He said, yes, we will go. But it's not Indian restaurant. It is Australian vegetarian restaurant. So he took us, had gone there, and the menu was brought. It was only in English, but it was Greek and Latin to me. I was not knowing what is what. I said, I don't know anything. Better you order for me. So he ordered something and they brought it. And I could not keep it. I could not taste it at all. It was vegetarian only. Some sort of oil, they see what's oil, I don't know. All those stuff. And you can't enjoy. Only you can enjoy your idli and dosha, I suppose. See, mind reacts so much, Though you say you are beyond all these things, no. Food is very important. And for some people, coffee, morning coffee, my God. They die for coffee. Not for Atma, the self, they die. They die for coffee. Swamiji, otherwise headache, Swamiji, can't do anything. Swamiji, you don't know. So they are very careful. They buy and keep the milk in the fridge. One day early. Because it comes only at 7 o'clock. In ashram, the milk only comes at 7. No, we can't survive without coffee. You have to give up everything, my dear. No, coffee I cannot. Otherwise I will give up the shastras. Give up the pursuit. So it's okay. Chalo yaar, it's okay. Have some coffee and forget about it. Otherwise, in meditation, coffee, you meditate only on coffee. Okay yaar, it's okay. See? This is how we should be, little lenient, especially in the beginning actually. But when you grow in, dispassion and all, the mind will not ask for anything. See, I was in Mona for 3 years. No coffee, no tea, no idli, no dosha. Only once, whatever offered in the Ramanashram, this Narayana Seva. Eat and be happy. Nothing else. It's good. So I broke that habit of tea, coffee and all. Now I don't require tea, coffee in the morning or in the evening. If it is offered, well and good. Something hot to drink. Otherwise it's fine. After going to Sri Lanka, I lost the idea of taste also. Sorry, no, I'm not saying it's tasteless. But we are very listening to our own taste now. But it is all shattered. So like that you have to experiment. But you have to be a little lenient also. Okay? Phala bhoga viragaha. Tadanantara means afterwards, after that, shamadhi shataka sampattihi. Shamadhi means there are 6 sampatti actually. Wealth for a seeker. Sampatti means wealth. What is a wealth? Real wealth for a seeker? These are the 6 things they are considered to be real wealth. What shama, dhamma, uparati? We are going to see what it is. Shama means the quietness of the mind or the peace within. That is shama. Dhamma means control of the senses. Uparati means total withdrawal. Like that there are 6 qualities. And then mumukshatvam iti sputam. It's very clear. The 4th qualification is what? Mumukshatvam. Desire to know the truth. That only propels, na? So desire to know the truth. Longing for the truth. Like Gopikas. They were longing for Sri Krishna. For them life is nothing without Krishna. When Krishna left Vrindavan, they were devastated. That is how it is. Viragatapam, they say. Viragatapam. And later Uddhava was sent by Krishna to see how they are. When Uddhava came, one Gopika was meditating. He was so surprised. Arey, Gopikas can meditate also, what? Then he asked her, what are you meditating? I am very angry with Krishna. He has left us. I want to forget about him. That is what I am doing. I want to forget about him. See, their problem is they want to forget. We can't remember even for a minute. Meaning what? That is viragadhabam. You feel very miserable without your beloved. That we can understand in the physical world. But with God, we don't know God, we have not seen Him. We don't have that emotional connection, I'm telling you. We don't have that emotional connection. All these great devotees, they got that kind of a connection. For us, as I tell you always, God is only a means to achieve our goals, that's all. No, at the most He is ATM for us. No, some people, some fellows, they go around in their t-shirt, my dad is my ATM. Meaning what? Whenever I ask money, he gives. So for us, God is what? Another ATM who can fulfill all our desires. We don't have that kind of an emotional connect that way, very strongly, deeply, intensely. That is why for us it's all, very Vinodamark, Vichitramark. Oh, longing for Krishna, God. Oh, what is this nonsense? How can you long for something which you don't know? You are not seeing. You are not moving with every day. How can you long for something? Huh? It's all imaginary. Huh? I feel that way, Your mother, your father, your friends, everything you can understand. Because you can connect with them. You know them, you have seen them. You know how much they have done for you. But God, we don't know. We have not seen that person. We only hear stories about him. We are not even sure whether he is there or not. Some say he is, some say he is not. How can you connect with the person whom you don't know? Is that not true? That is why we are unable to connect. But we believe, there is some superpower. Yes, it is very compassionate. Yes, that much. So, when you know the glory of the Lord or the self, when you realize that is everything, that is Anandam, then slowly you develop that kind of a love and longing for this highest state. So that is mumukshutvam. So these are all the 4 qualifications. See, an intellectual person cannot accept things when he cannot understand. Emotional person doesn't need this kind of props or this kind of intellectual logic and reasoning. He accepts. If a person can shed tears remembering God, he is Bhagyavan. He is really Bhagyavan, I would say. But people like us, we don't feel any emotion when you stand before God. Yes, God is there, beautiful. Amba romba alaga irukku. That much only we can appreciate. Adukku mela enna seirundhu theriyadhu. Koilukku pona we don't know. See, people complain. I go to Tirupati and people say, Jargandi, go. Okay, if they allow you to sit for 5 minutes, what else you will do? 2 minutes prayers are over. Please give me that, give me this. And then you don't know what else to do with God. And I tell you, if you sit for 10-15 minutes in front of Balaji, Tirupati Balaji, you lose interest in Balaji. Only for 2 seconds if you are allowed to see, you have got that excitement. Ha and all. That pujari every day is doing puja. He is doing very mechanically. Balaji. See, you go to other temples where Balaji is there. Na? In US, if you go every temple, there is Balaji, Venkateshwara. Why? Money comes. Nothing else. Money comes. And there, no crowd at all in front of Balaji. You can stand and pray for hours together. How many minutes you stand there? Not even 2 minutes. Because we don't have that kind of a connect with God, actually speaking. And I don't complain. Because what do we know about God to have connection with God? But to have some sort of a longing for God is very, very different. Or God, or what are the self or the truth? It's a very rare thing to happen. That is why he says, these 3 things are very rare. Manushyatvam, mumukshutvam, mahapurusha samshraya. So that happens, understand you are blessed. So these are all the 4 qualifications. Sputa means very clear. These are all the 4 qualifications. Now, what is Viveka? Here it is defined. So these definitions some people memorize by heart. Why? It is very handy, very helpful. What is Viveka? Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Ityevam Rupo Vinishchayaha. What is there? Ityevam? Here it is not clear. Rupo dana? Rupo. Vinishchaya. Okay. Soyam. Soyam Nitya Nitya. Wait. So, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Ityevam Rupo Vinashchayaha. Soyam Nitya Nitya Vastu. Viveka Samudahritaha. There is some gadbad in this meter, or I am unable to chant properly, I don't know. Okay, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Iti evam rupo vinishchayaha. So, having a firm conviction, vinishchayaha, firm conviction through proper listening and contemplation that Brahma Satyam. Brahma here is not that Chaturmukha Brahma. See, we consider these trinities, no? The creator, the sustainer, and the destroyer. Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra, Shiva. Not that Brahma. It is Brahman, the absolute truth behind this universe. The substratum, the unchanging substratum behind this universe is called as Brahman in Vedanta Shastra. That alone is truth. Brahma Satyam. See, the Sringeri Peetam, if you go, there, you know, that, the Ilachanai, Brahma Satyam, na? Brahma Satyam, it is written there. That Brahman, the absolute truth, alone is Satyam. Satyam means what? Always present, which will not change, which will not perish. In all 3 periods of time, past, present, and future, that alone is. That is Brahman. That is the substratum of the whole universe. And that expresses Atma, the self, in an individual. Hridaya Guhara Madhye Kevalam Brahma Matram. Aham idi sakshad Atma Rupena Bhati. How beautiful. These are all Bhagavan's words. Hridaya Guhara Madhye. Deep inside the cave of your heart, Kevalam Brahma Matram, Aham idi sakshad Atma Rupena Bhati. That Brahma Tattvam, which is the substratum of the whole universe, that alone shines as I in the cave of your heart. Aham idi. Atma Rupena Bhati, as your own self, it shines. So that Brahma is Satyam. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. It is said in our Upanishads. It is the truth, Satyam, that alone is Jnanam, pure consciousness which illuminates everything. Anantam, it is infinite. Adi Andamillada Sodi. Adi means beginning, Andam means end. There is no beginning or end to this. That is what Arunachala also stands for. Adi Andamillada Sodi. So that is Satyam. That Brahma Tattvam alone is Satyam. And Jagan Mithya. Jagat Mithya. Jagat means this world, what you perceive through your senses and mind. The Nama Rupa Jagat. This Mithya means what is an illusion. Illusion means it is not there in 3 periods of time or in the 3 avasthas. In the waking you see a world, right? Other than you, in front of you, you see a world. In dream also you have a dream world. But in deep sleep, where the world has gone? In deep sleep, without any dream, if you are sleeping very deeply, at that point, for you, please understand, from your own experience, where the world has gone. Even there is no idea of oneself also, right? In deep sleep, there is no idea of anything, no? There is no idea of world, there is no idea of oneself, there is no idea of God, there is no idea of Sukha Dukkha. So in the deep sleep, everything is gone. So therefore, where is the world in the deep sleep? So, world is present only in the waking. And dream world in the dream. And in the deep sleep, nothing. So this Jagat, Jugi 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 Jagat, Gurudev used to say, which is so attractive and tempting, where is it? So it is not permanent, it is not always present, so it is Mithya. This is all. See, the definition of Mithya is, it is not present always, which appears and disappears. Appears means what? When you are in the waking and dream, it appears. In deep sleep, it disappears. So that is Mithya. It is not true. What is Satyam, which should be always present? That is Brahma, means that is always, even in deep sleep, the presence or our own presence, self is not absent actually. Though we are not aware at that time, we come back to waking and say, I slept beautifully and it was wonderful. How are you able to say? There is something present in the deep sleep also, which is enjoying or which is recording the experience. Pratyabhijna, it is said in Dakshinamurti. It's called as Pratyabhijna, he says. So therefore, Brahma alone is Satyam. This Jagat, this world of names and forms is Mithya. Iti evam rupo vinishaya. This you are very convinced. So this discrimination. Soyam nitya nitya vastu vivekaha samudahradaha. And this they call it as nitya nitya vastu viveka. Nitya means which is permanent, which is always there. Anitya means what? Which disappears. Anitya. This vastu vivekaha, this discrimination is actually called as Viveka. So, Narendran became Swami Vivekananda. How he became like that? Because his intellect was very bright and he was always discriminating between what is real, what is unreal, what is Shashvatam, what is Ashashvatam. See, actually, you know what is love in the worldly terms? There is a continuous search for something Shashvatam in life. Alas, we don't find anything Shashvatam in the world. The self alone is Shashvatam. See, that is why we try to build up relationship. Mother, father, wife, children, they may be Shashvatam, they may be giving me happiness, they are Shashvatam. We expect something Shashvatam from the life. But alas, we realize nothing is Shashvatam. And it's so tragic, you know. The disappointment is so tragic that nothing is Shashvatam. When the child grows, it goes behind the mother. Amma, 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 Amma. Amma also gets so attached. And after say to 14, 15, the child slowly, you know, it has its own life. It goes away. And the mother is disappointed. Ayo. And after the marriage, ayo, maritam pochella. How can he remain same? You only got him married now. Change alone is a changeless law of universe. That is how it is. If you refuse to accept, you suffer. So nothing is Shashvatam. Uruvati Adipatachi, Renduvati Adipatachi, Innum Tirundala, Peram Peti. My grandson will be with me always. Only till 8-9 years of age he will be with you. Afterwards he is only with the mobile. Party, if you want to say something, please send me a message. See, once a girl, teenage girl, was always, you know, in the net, in the mobile it seems. And she was traveling in a bus where, you know, the outside world was so beautiful. Then somebody suggested, why can't you enjoy the world? Where is the link? Please tell me. You send me the link, so I will enjoy. So, ashashvatam. We get disappointed again and again. We don't understand. Only the God or the self, Atma, the self is shashvatam. It will not go away. Tonra Tunai, the eternal companion, always with you. And is Ananda Swarupam. It is Puranam. Everything else, Shanikam, Sarvam Shanikam, Sarvam Dukkam. Whatever is in the world outside, Kshanikam. It will perish. Therefore, Dukkam. This we have to realize. Howsoever people are very good to us, kind to us, compassionate, loving, blah, 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 everybody has to go. Sooner or later. Because if nothing happens, death takes away. So everybody has to go. Thank God they go. It is a burden on your head. I tell you, when you attach to somebody, that person becomes a burden. I tell you, it's all, suffering only. And we say, Suhamana Sumai Swami. It's Suhamana Sumai. How can a Sumai be Suham? You are suffering and you don't even realize it's a suffering. You say it is Anandam only. This suffering is Anandam. How nonsensical it is. So if you get attached to somebody very deeply, you suffer. Thank God. Things are not same always. People come and people go. When people come to the ashram, I said, thank you so much for coming. When they go, I say, thank you very much for going. Because ashashvatam, nothing is permanent. Everything will go. Agamaha, apayinaha, anityaha, tam titikshasva bharata. It will come, it will stay, it will go. That is the nature of the world. You cannot help anybody for that matter. You fall in love with a girl and marry her. You feel without her there is no ananda, there is no joy. And after a few years, because of her, there is no ananda. Everything changes. What to do now? What else to do? In our system, we can't divorce also. There is a lot of social stigma. No more now. When I say talavidi, you go on living. You fight every day. You cannot run away. You cannot enjoy. You have to put up. That is called as titiksha. Sahanam sarva dukkhanam apati purvakarakam. We are going to read. We are going to study. Some elderly people after 30, 40 years of marriage and come and complain to me. Swamiji, with that person I cannot live. He is terrible. Then I ask, why can't you divorce him, Mama? Huh? Divorce him? What Swamiji you are talking? Yeah, divorce it. I know that person cannot divorce. Oh, what are you talking, Swamiji? Yeah, if you cannot live with him, what else to be done? Go away. They cannot go away also. They need each other. To hit each other and to suffer, they need each other. And they cannot coexist, they cannot go away. I tell you, it's terrible. This attachment is terrible actually. But we have no other choice, Mari, we feel. But very intelligent people, they don't get into all this. But Maya is so strange. Who knows? So therefore, we have gone somewhere, na? So these are all the, what is that? Brahma Satyam Jaganmitra. So nothing is Sashvatam. In fact, whenever you get attached to anything, it is suffering. Therefore, Asayarmin, Isnodayanum, Asayarmin. So Isnodayanum. Even if you have that kind of attachment towards God, that also is an obstacle. That is why, the Totapuri Swami, the Guru of Ramakrishna, he said, with a sword of knowledge, you cut the form of Devi, the Lord as Kali, and then you go beyond his head. Because mind would refuse to go beyond names and forms. Why? No, she is my goddess. And you know what? How much I deeply love her. Even if she is your goddess, if you want that ultimate, you have to go beyond the name and form. So, with the sword of knowledge, cut asunder the name and form and go beyond. That is what said in Devika Lotra Stotram also. Bhagavan Devika Lotram. Bhagavan, there he said, don't get attached to any kshetram also, any murti, devata also. Devata means devata murtam. Don't get attached to anything, he says in that Devika Lotra. After building a temple and all, we studied that scripture. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி படிச்சிருந்தா பரவாயில்ல. Don't get attached to even devata murtam. Then I stopped going to temple. Yeah, because Ambal, you get very easily attached now. But you know what, I'm just telling you in a lighter way. But God, we have to get attached, because then only other attachments can be given up. That is the final stage. But initially, you give up all the other attachments, you have to get attached to the higher, to the divine. Then that also would go. Everything has to go. The mind has to go. The ego has to go. The person has to go. Tyage neke amritamanshuhu. Only when everything goes, there is peace. Why all of us want to go to sleep? Because there everything goes. Appa nimmadiya sungro. I tell you, only when everything goes, there is nimmadi. When everything is there around, no nimmadi. So after January 26th, but you know what? What is jnana, this thing? Amidst the crowd also you should be able to live in solitude. That is real jnana match. But the thing is, when you get attached to anything, that becomes a big burden on your head, and that gives you all sorrows, and we suffer. So therefore, to understand, this is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. It is full of dukkha only, and it is ashashvatam. That is the real Viveka. What is Viveka? Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, iti evam rupo vinishchayaha, the firm conviction. Soyam nitya nitya vastu vivekaha. This is nitya nitya vastu viveka. See, nobody teaches us properly. In the உலகத்தில் நம்ம வாழும்போது, when we grow up, what our parents teach, what our society, elders teach us, ரொம்ப பாசமாக இருக்கான் பையன், ரொம்ப நல்ல பையன். ஸோ இந்த அம்மாவும் ரொம்ப பாசம். அந்த பாசம் வழுக்கிடும் தெரிய மாட்டேங்குது, பயமாக. வழுக்கிடும் மீன்ஸ் யூ ஸ்லிப். பாசம் மீன்ஸ் தட் what moss they call, no? It's called as pasam. Actually in Tamil, pasam means, in the pond and all, that green thing, moss, M-O-S-S, moss they say. That is called as pasam actually. In Tamil, that is called as pasam. That is very slippery, right?
In Kannada also we say pachi.
Yeah. That is very slippery, right?
Continuous rain when falls, that forms.
Correct. So technical definition is giving. So that is very slippery, na? So they teach only that. And marriages are made in heaven, made for each other. So we do everything together. Even going to the toilet, we go together only. Wherever we go together. Do everything together. Meditation also we do together. Kaiya rendu per kothundu abdiye mela po meditation. Hare Rama. When did that girl come into your life? And when will she go? Nobody knows. What will happen? Nobody knows. And you get so attached. And then you suffer only. Why? The act of possessiveness, it cannot give you peace. Suppose, let us say, when that girl is talking to somebody nicely, what is happening there? You want that person only to love you and you alone, to be very dedicated and focused only on you, and you are a stupid person. So, when what is the business there? I tell you, this is funny. Therefore, this Vivekaha, that this is Dukkhalayam, Ashashvatam, that is Viveka. Then only you give up this world. Otherwise, how can you give up this world? Only when you realize this is Dukkalayam, Ashashvatam, this is sort of a illusion, in the sense it's not true. It is only an appearance, like a mirage water. Only when you know it deeply, when you are convinced, then you can give up. Therefore, this discrimination is very important. You understand? See, even if it's husband and wife, everybody needs space, Even the mother and child, or the father and the child, everybody needs space and time. But sometimes we don't give space at all. Then there is problem actually. Everybody needs healthy space in this life. Their own space. See, that is why in this Corona time, COVID time, the housewives were very, very disturbed. All the time the husband is sitting in front in the computer and ordering coffee konda, juice konda, adu konda, idu konda. Hare Rama, at least for the 4-5 hours, 8-9 hours, I was nimmadya, I was peaceful at home. This person is sitting here and go on troubling me. And the children are also at home. I tell you, thank God they go to office, they go to schools, so that this Amma would get some rest and peace. Even to browse your own, you need some space and time, na? See, everybody needs to browse, na? That is called a cyber upasana. One of our Acharya, one of our Swamiji, he's from IIT, that person, very intelligent person, he would say, now don't disturb, I am going to do cyber upasana for half an hour. Cyber upasana. So even for our own cyber upasana, we need some time, na? And some privacy, some space. Angi mooku nolichu enna paathitu irukka nee? What is your business? No, I am your husband. Please, give me some space. And people even don't allow anybody to have their own independent email account also. They want to have the shared password. Everything shared. You are so scared. Don't have trust. Very insecure. See, these are all very, very, childish things. Immature. Why? Because அவரவர் பிராரப்த பிரகாரம் அதற்கானவன் ஆங்காங்கிருந்து ஆட்டி விப்பன். என்றும் நடவாதது என் தடை செய்யணும் நடவாது. நடப்பது என் செய்யணும் நில்லாது. என் முயற்சி நில்லாது. இதுவே திண்ணம். ஆகவே மௌனமாக இருக்க என்று பகவான் சுபதேஷ். Whatever has to destined to happen will happen. Destined not to happen will never happen. Nobody can change anything. This is the truth. So keep quiet. That is what Bhagavan has written to his mother, first Upadesha to the mother. Meaning we cannot do anything in this world. If something has to go wrong, it will go wrong. If something has to work, it will work. So what is the point of, holding on to everything tight? Let go, yaar. You cannot hold on to anything. If you hold on, you suffer. Because it is impossible to hold on to anything. It is impossible. We have to realize that we cannot change, we cannot hold on to anything. Let go. Then you are free. There is peace. In Dattatraya's, in Bhagavatam it comes, he has got 24 gurus. He learned from 24 gurus. One of the guru, he says, a sparrow. It was taking a sort of a paddy in its beak, it was carrying, it was flying. So all the other sparrows, they also want that. So they were chasing that sparrow, it seems. So that was flying here, there, everywhere. And then finally it dropped. And then all the sparrow had gone towards that. And the sparrow got very relieved. So when you hold on to it, then you are in trouble. When you drop, there is peace. I tell you, when you drop only, there is peace. Tyageneke amrudatvamanashu. Tena tyaktena bunjitaha. Only when you drop, there is peace. This we have to understand. When you hold on to, there is no peace. Nothing you can hold on. Thank God you cannot hold on to anything because all are false. Only this is truth. The self is the truth. So this Viveka is a real Viveka that a seeker should have. Nitya. See, one thing I tell you, no Vishnu. understanding this is one thing, and you can give eloquent lectures on it. So people will be so amazed. Appa, இந்த சுவாமி எப்படி பேசுறார் விவேகத்தை பத்தி, வைராகியத்தை பத்தி. That is one thing. To really have Viveka is another thing, I am telling you. You can understand, appreciate, you can discuss, give lectures on it, but to have Viveka and Vairagya really is something else actually. So that is why the great masters are revered, worshipped, because they truly possess such qualities and they abide in the truth. It is not vachalambanam. It is not that. It is true abiding in the self. That is respected everywhere. Not chumma, giving out, talking. So now, what is Vairagyam then? This is Vivekam. What is Vairagyam? Tadvairagyam jihasaya darshana shravanadibihi dehadi brahma paryante hyanitye bhoga vastuni tadvairagyam jihasaya darshana shravanadibihi dehadi brahma paryante hyanitye bhoga vastuni tadvairagyam. That is dispassion, vairagyam. What is that? Jihasaya darshana shravanadibihi. That desire to give up. What? Darshana shravanadibihi. Whatever is seen, whatever is heard, etc. through the senses, that desire to give it up. Why it is give it up? Because Jagan Nitya. It is an illusion. It is not the truth. It is false. So that kind of an attitude or that kind of a desire to give up the false, give up the transient, give up the limited, that is Vairagya. So this world which you see, which you hear, it is false, it is not the truth. So when you are convinced about that, you should not go behind it. You should not run behind it. Thannai vidadiruttal jnanam anniyattai nadadiruttal vairagyam. Not to seek anything other than yourself. That is vairagya. So whatever is other than yourself, the world of names and forms is unreal. So that burning desire to give up what is unreal, what is false, what is transient, ashashvatam, that is vairagyam. Dehadi brahma paryante hi anitye bhoga vastuni. Dehadi means from the body onwards till Brahmaji's body, with whatever equipments, with whatever bhoga you are enjoying, all that has to be given up. See, with this body and mind, we experience some ananda here in this world. Now. With our limited, senses and mind, we experience some ananda here. But it is said in our Vedas and in our scriptures that when you go to higher and higher and higher lokas, more and more and more of ananda. You can open those doors, Ayya. Those doors you open, please. No, I am just telling you. So when you go more and more to the subtler worlds, there are more and more ananda, it is said in our scriptures. So Brahmadi means what? That is a Brahmaloka. So till there, whatever you can enjoy through whatever equipment, to give up everything, that is Vairagya. Why it is to be given up? Because it is false. Why it has to be given up? Because it will not lead us to the truth. And it will go away also. It is impermanent. See, that is why we have to, this attitude of giving up everything, that is very rare, you know. Virakta Purushas are very rare. Like Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, imagine, at the age of, 15, 16, prime youth, somehow he got that. And that kind of dispassion he got. He came to Tiruvannamalai. And then he went to that Ayyankulam, that is a pond there, in opposite to the temple, Ayyankulam. There he threw away everything. His dhoti, his everything. And he had got some small, meager amount of money. That also he threw away. This thing, what they call? Sacred thread. Punal, that also he threw away. And very, very wonderful thing happened. There was a sort of a barber waiting. He was sitting there. He asked, do you want to have this mundan? He said, okay. And he was not even aware that he should take bath. He was proceeding towards Arunachala. And it rained. It showered. You know what happened? Because Lord wanted him to come after the bath. Oh my God. And he didn't want to wear anything, just kaupina, that too for others. Because his deham itself is false. Everything is false. That alone is satyam. So, kaupinavantaha kalubhagyavantaha. So that is burning dispassion. Afterwards, seeking nothing. That is vairagya. See, we Swamis, you know what? We are all pseudo Swamis, not real Swamis. We don't go for bhiksha. We call our devotees, Amma, I am coming for bhiksha. Swami, what do you like? They ask him, invariably ask Ammas. Okay, make some idiyappam and pittu. So, is this sannyasa? Tell me. Bhagavan says, when you go and beg out in the street, you feel so happy about it. That is real sannyasa. What I mean is, it's not that begging or anything. See, actually not possessing anything is joy. See, Swami Tapovanam Maharaj and all, Uttarakashi. His kutia is so humble and simple. If you go there, even now they are maintaining that way. Other things have developed, but his kutia is so simple. And they say, during his time, he had only extra one cloth, sort of gown he wears. And then just a pot full of water and some books, nothing else. Like that they lived actually. That is vairagya means what? I am Puranam, already I am full. I don't need anything from the world. I don't need any external crutches. I don't need anything. Yes, as long as the prarabdha of the body is there, the food will come. As long as the body is, prarabdha body is there, the medicines will come if at all required. So they live like that, depending only on God and nothing else, nobody else. And they are very peaceful and very fulfilled in life. And no confusion, no oscillation. So they are living gods. See, I would say Upanishad becomes meaningful only because of these Mahatmas. Otherwise it's utopian dream, na? They give validation to Upanishad actually. Because otherwise how do we know Upanishad is true? Because they have lived and they are living. We are seeing in front of our eyes. See how rare it is. So these Virakta Purushas, and you know what? In sun, in the winter, in the cold, they live like that. And whatever they get. And Muruganath Swami, Bhagavan's disciple, he goes begging. And after collecting food, he puts it in his towel. And then he puts it in the water, in the Ayyankulam. And then he eats, because no taste. Why? We have to control the taste buds. Namakku konja salt koranja. What is this nonsense? There is no salt. Or so much of salt. We fight. No. For him, nothing. Such a life they lived actually. Virakta Purushas. Because in my life, There is only one goal. That is Atma, the self, nothing else. Not to get distracted by anything. That is their life. So that is Vairagya. So from here onwards till Brahmaloka, whatever enjoyment is there, I don't want anything, because all the enjoyments are dukkha only. You know what Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says? When the mind rises from the heart, it is dukkha. When the mind settles down in the heart, it is sukha. That is how he defines sukha dukkha. What is dukkha? Whenever the mind rises from the heart, it is dukkha only. So therefore, not allowing the mind to rise its hood, that is sukha. That is how he defines. Therefore, this is the Swamiji, idallam qualification, we cannot sit here. At least give up some bodily comforts. Huh? If food is not up to your this thing, don't mind it too much. What else to do? Whatever available, we have to make use of. And we are here to give our best, whatever best we have got. With all good, pure intentions. That much only we can do. And you also should, as you are learning all these things, little bit give in. That is how we have to coexist, right? But it's very difficult, I agree. See, we may talk anything, but it's very difficult physically and in practical way, it's very difficult. Sometimes let us tell me, I am a sannyasi, let us say. If somebody offers me fish, I will vomit only. Why? Because system will not accept. That smell, this thing, that we have got. So though we have to be very distinct to everything, but still sometimes systems will not accept, the system will not accept. It is tuned to a particular way. We really appreciate that, we accept that, we appreciate that. But for the higher, we have to really put up and give up the lower. That is another sadhana. Na? Tapasya means what? This is tapasya. You know what, Swamiji, our house is like a palace. Myself has got a separate bedroom and my wife also has got a separate bedroom. We don't live together, though we live under the roof. See, once there was a foreign lady near Ramanashram where I was living, means Mauna, next to me. Once a devotee came, a lady devotee, and I asked her, tonight only please accommodate her in your room. She said, Swamiji, though I look like an Indian, I am not an Indian, I am an American. I don't share my bedroom even with my husband, do you know? She asked me. I got so startled. She said, though we live together, but he has his own space. So yes, true. But to get cramped with 2-3 people, 3-4 people is very difficult, I understand. Very difficult. And when people are snoring, and I tell you, whenever, I don't require to share spaces, but sometimes I also share spaces. For me, cold is very difficult. Fan ரொம்ப fast ochna, I can't sleep. For some people, even after AC, they want fan. Then only they can sleep peacefully. Suppose if husband and wife are like that, how will they coexist? I really don't know actually. Very hard actually, na? So it's all difficult, I know. But what to do? If we want something higher, we have to accept our anything. And this is also a practice, a sadhana, to evolve only. Because it's not just like saying, you give up body identification, grow beyond. But when you are put into that real mill, that grind, then you are able to, sustain, then it is something, right? So we will help you out, but we also have our own limitations, right? So this is virakta means what? Vairagya means what? Not wanting anything else from the world. I am self-sufficient. I am Purnam. This is Vairagya. So chumma not changing clothes is Vairagyam. Nothing happens changing clothes. Anybody can do that, na? Nowadays everybody does it also. He wants to be a grihastha also and sannyasi also. What a greed, see? He wants to put on this thing kavi also and then he wants to be in the house and lead a family life also. What nonsense, huh? It's very difficult actually. It's not changing clothes or shaving your head, all those things. The ability to stand apart, witness, and not to get swayed by any of these things, that is Vairagya. Vairagyameva abhayam. It said, you know. What is abhayam? Vairagyameva abhayam. You go fearless only through Vairagya. See, long time before when I was Mauna, this poem came out of me. I don't know whether it is poem or not. I consider this as a poem. See, it is in Tamil only. I will translate it into English. இன்பத்திலேயே இருக்கிறது துன்பத்தின் வித்து. இறப்பிலேயே இருக்கிறது, பிறப்பிலேயே இருக்கிறது இறப்பின் வித்து. ஆசையிலேயே இருக்கிறது அச்சத்தின் வித்து. இவை அனைத்தையும் கடந்து சென்றால் ஆன்மாவிலேயே இருக்கிறது ஆனந்தத்தின் சத்து. This is the poem. Meaning what? Dukkha or the sorrow is there contained in happiness only. இன்பத்திலேயே இருக்கிறது துன்பத்தின் வித்து. The seed of sorrow is there in happiness. The seed of death is there in the birth itself. The seed of fear is there in the desire itself. Only when you go beyond, there is true bliss, which is the Atmananda. Somehow, if you translate like that, it goes like that. Meaning what? The idea that I should be happy always, that is the seed of all dukkha. You cannot be happy always when you are functioning through mind. ஆசையிலே இருக்கிறது அச்சத்தின் வித்து. The seed of fear is there in desire only, because you may lose. You may not get, you may lose. So that is fear. So therefore, anyway, whatever we think as joy is sorrow only. We may not understand now. But actually whatever we think as joy is sorrow only. This is what the masters have realized. And that's why they say, why do you suffer? Give it up and enjoy, they say. Tena tyaktena bhunjitaha. Give up and enjoy. How can you give up and then enjoy? Because we know only enjoyment through senses and the mind. But they know the enjoyment beyond, or the ananda beyond. Not only that, only when you detach yourself, you can enjoy the world truly. Even the world, to enjoy, you should have that detachment in you. Otherwise, how can you enjoy the world? So therefore, this Vairagya is very, very essential and is a very important qualification for any student. I think I am taking too long, I suppose, right? But anyway, these are all very important points. So we'll stop here. This is Viveka and Vairagya. Then the next class we are going to see what is Shadka Sampatti, the sixth wealth, true wealth of a seeker. And then we will see what is Mumukshutva, the longing or burning desire for the truth. Om Purnamadha Purnamudhachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. See, what we are thinking actually, to build another floor in the residential unit, another 6 rooms before next course.